Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 9 of the Ask Two Dudes show. I am Chris Bentley. My co-host Milo isn't with us today, but I do have our special guest, Tim Walker with Temperature Pro. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Let's talk about Temperature Pro. I don't think a lot of people know really about what you guys are. I know I've used you in the past with a lot of different clients for HVAC. Kind of go into that a little bit.
Temperature Pro is a nationwide franchise that was just recently introduced to the Dallas market. I was the first franchisee to open up Denton County, Texas.
Cool.
We opened up December 7th of last year, and we're a service, heating, and air conditioning company that does installation work, service work, comfort maintenance agreements, and commercial agreements, both in serving all of Collin County and Denton County.
Okay.
So we feel great to have you as our partner.
Thanks. Let's talk about air conditioning because this is my 4th year in Texas, and it wasn't the hottest summer, but it was definitely like the longest summer. Like it's still, I don't know, what do you say, like low 90s during the day, high 80s here. AC is still kicking in my place. I know a ton of people that air conditioning had problems with either just plain servicing or their condenser locked up or stuff like that. Give us some hints as like somebody that's a new homeowner or maybe somebody that's just a homeowner that owned the house for a while, just haven't kept up with air conditioning. Talk a little bit about that stuff for us.
Yeah, lots going on in the industry. R22 is the Freon that's being phased out.
Right.
So anybody who's got a 13 to 15-year-old home out there that may have a 15-year-old system is probably going to be looking at a change out in the next few years. Technology is amazing. Right now there's multi-speed units with Trane and all the different carriers that will help reduce your electric bills by sometimes 30 to 40%. So the investment in new air conditioning equipment is really a great investment. There's zero interest lending going on out there. There's a lot of lenders, a lot of opportunity for financing. From a maintenance perspective, we recommend 2 services a year. One in the spring, one in the fall. There's an 80-point checklist that we use to ensure that carbon monoxide doesn't exist, on the heating equipment upstairs, that the systems are functioning, that they're clean, their coils are clean, that optimum pressures are happening, that freon levels are normalized, and that you're getting the best, most efficient rating out of your system that you can. So what most people that are homeowners don't understand also is that maintenance really is a requirement if you want to keep your warranty intact. So need to be able to show backup for 2 great services by a certified technician company at least twice a year. We have great programs for that. About the cost of a cheeseburger, $16.95 a month. Gives you the 2 services a year.
Okay.
10% off all your maintenance. No overtime charges, and then we'll do all the paperwork to ensure that we have adequate records for your system should you need it.
Okay.
Also, we're available to sell any kind of equipment out there, and we also do free inspections, free second opinions.
Cool.
Anytime someone's going to close on a house, we would love to come out prior to the closing and do inspections for you.
Okay. I know I've used you before with some different stuff.
Thank you.
One of the things that I've always had issues with is like the fan on the condenser and like leaves, like autumn will come, you'll get stuff in there. Even I know in like, the winter time, if somebody has like a heat pump, you get that stuff frozen with the ice that we get here in Texas. Is there like a way, I know some people talk about hosing that stuff out. Is there any way that like maybe you can, besides the going out and taking a look at the stuff, is there anything that you could do that the homeowner can do just by themselves without changing the filters, that kind of stuff? What do you recommend on stuff like that?
Absolutely. I mean, homeowner maintenance is critical to the system. We need homeowners to change filters as often as possible, at least once a quarter.
Okay.
Sometimes once a month if you can afford to do so. From a maintenance perspective, as a homeowner, definitely you can take a hose out there and spray out that air conditioning unit, keep all the vegetation away from the outside of it to ensure that it's free and that it can breathe. Definitely keep leaves and other foreign matter away from it. Other than that, we'll do the rest.
Okay.
Part of our process to doing the maintenance twice a year is we'll check both your inside and outside coil and ensure that they're clean and regularly maintained.
One of the things that I found out recently, and crazy I'm asking you because you're the expert, right? But one of the things I found out is the slab for the condenser, it sits outside. And as we know, Texas has issues with foundations, right?
Totally.
So that slab of concrete is going to move.
Mm-hmm.
When that thing moves, what does it really do to the system? Does it it hurts the system? Does it creates a load?
It absolutely creates havoc on a system. That concrete foundation, which, one of the things that we do as a company is ensure that those are always level when we're out to check. We also replace that concrete free of charge during a system change out,
wow,
along with all thermostats. But it's absolutely critical that flat piece of concrete remain absolutely flat. And if we're out there and we see it not balanced, we'll adjust it automatically for you to guarantee that it remains level.
Nice.
You just give us a call anytime, we'll do that.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit. I know a lot of people, like myself, I don't really deal in that every day. Give us some pricing in terms of AC work. I mean, just give me ballpark stuff. Somebody that wants to replace, let's say, the whole unit, meaning the upstairs unit in the house, or whatever they're doing. Let's say even in commercial stuff, I know it's going to be a lot different depending on spacing and square footage. But talk a little bit about some pricing. If somebody wants to do a whole out, or just a compressor, or just a recharge, something like that.
So yeah, pricing is interesting. We as a franchise, one of the things that I sell are the fact that we offer flat rate pricing, meaning that our labor is already fixed. Depending on the repair, depending on the installation, it's one price. If it takes us 6 hours to do a repair, you're going to be charged for the flat rate price. It could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours. So the benefit to the homeowner is there's no made-up pricing model,
Right.
depending on the day of the week. So
if it's a Wednesday and you're kind of slow, you can't.
right, you can't
Exactly.
increase
Yeah,
prices
right.
in August, or depending on the day of the week, or
Right.
depending on the time of day. So
I'm laughing because I've actually gone through stuff
experienced
like
that, right?
Yeah.
So we advertise flat rate pricing models. System changeouts vary depending on the equipment that you purchase. The higher the SEER rating, the more expensive the unit's going to be.
So talk a little bit about SEER, just for these guys.
SEER is the technology that's used to absolutely create energy efficiency in the unit. So the higher the SEER, the less the compressor's actually going to run, and the less the fan's actually going to run.
Saving you electricity.
Saving you electricity. So a 16 to 18 SEER model has extreme efficiency. They go all the way up to 25 SEER, believe it or not. And there's also multi-speed SEER ratings and compressors out there with the Trane units and other units that are out there that will actually call for demand. So if your house drops 1 or 2 degrees, it'll spin real slow. If your house drops 5 or 6 degrees, it'll speed up.
Wow.
So those models are a little bit more expensive, but we've seen at the time of change out about a 30% drop in utility bills. So the average SEER rating in Texas today in a 13-year-old house is an 11 SEER.
Okay.
The lowest SEER we can sell by law in Texas today is a 14 SEER. So it goes 14 all the way up to 25 with Trane. And then there's tonnage. Tonnage also impacts price. Tonnage calculation is about 500 square feet per ton of AC is the way the calculation works.
Okay.
So a 5-ton unit does 2,500 square feet. A lot of people have upstairs, downstairs units. Some of the homes even have 3, 4, 5 units.
When you get into the
Depending on
luxury
the
stuff,
square
right?
foot, so-
Exactly.
And those are the houses we love, obviously.
Let's see, what other stuff do I have? I think the one thing I really learned was just in terms of the air. So I'm not a big cold person, but I know a lot of people are. So they'll go into the house and they'll sit there and press the down arrow until it goes until it breaks, essentially, right?
Right.
But the real thing is, it's a difference between what you put it at, or what the temperature is of the outside area, and what's actually recycled. So talk a little bit about that, because I heard about that and It surprised me. So no matter what you press, like it's not going to go colder.
It can only cool so much.
It can only cool so much.
Right. So depending on the heat outside, it runs through the coil, the outside coil and the inside coil. At that point, it's brought to a cooler temperature, and it actually blows warm air through the outside coil, and then your vents and your vents inside your home will actually show temperatures that could be as low as 58 degrees and as high as 71-ish. So yeah, there's a limit to the cooling capacity. Obviously, bigger isn't always better. Some people say, well, I have a 2,000 square foot house, but I want a 5-ton unit. The unit has to run at its most efficient capability because bigger isn't always better. Bigger means the unit's going to run less, however, it can leave moisture in the home. And we don't want to leave moisture in the home at all. So the right thing to do is right size the house. We have load calculation worksheets that we'll do on every house,
Okay.
which will give us exactly what the tonnage should be. It's very important that we get that part of it right so that you don't buy too much or too low of an actual unit.
So if you get too low, then it'll just overwork itself.
Too low means it overworks itself, it runs its guts out, you don't get the utility savings, you may never get to the right temperature.
Because it's just running.
Just running.
Gotcha.
So when you purchase a new unit, of course, you brought this up earlier and it was really great. You do have a choice between an inside unit and an outside unit. You can do just the outside unit and the inside coil, which allows you to change your R22 Freon, which is very important these days. R22 Freon is selling for $125 a pound today.
Wow.
In about 3 years ago, that same Freon was $38 a pound. It's going to go away.
Right.
So inevitably, we'll all stop carrying that Freon on our truck. So the quicker you can make that upgrade switch, the better.
Okay.
And you know, when you add the inside furnace into that calculation, you're also going to save energy on your gas bills. Furnaces last 20 years these days.
Okay.
They really do. They're incredibly efficient. They're not that much more to put them in. I totally recommend, if we're going to be doing the work, to do the whole thing if you can afford to do it.
Okay. Let's talk about finding you. How would I go about finding you? I know you obviously have a website.
We do.
It's a franchise.
Yep.
Talk about that, maybe Facebook or go on social media.
We are social media. We do have a Twitter account. We do have a Facebook account under Temp Pro DFW. We do have a website under www.temperatureprodfw.com. And we're pretty active in the market as well. We have really wrapped and marked trucks that are out everywhere.
Cool.
We attend a lot of social events. Of course, we stay very close to our real estate and home inspector partners, and you're welcome to call us 24/7. We have live answering service. And our phone number in the office, we're based in Carrollton. Phone number is 469-701-3331.
And I'll put that in the link too, so people can just go straight to the website.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get some questions because I
We're
love
honored.
that kind of stuff. So
Me too.
if people want to email you or just straight out go straight to the website and people can contact you. So
For sure.
awesome, man. I'm glad you
Appreciate
made
the
it out.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting me come.
Guys, thanks for having us in your home, watching us, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.